1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Celaban says no audio on YouTube. Is it working now? Did we get it fixed? Okay. Only 20 minutes in, and hopefully we have audio on YouTube now. Cool. I wonder if it might even be too loud. I think that should be fine. Let me know. Yes. Okay, great. Okay, back to the regularly scheduled content. Hold on, let me take a bite of this banana bread. That's a maze. Pretty sure my wife just made that in like 20 minutes or something. That's wild. Okay, James Things. Let's try and fix it. Go back to Sammy's Things. I should get an error. Error permission error. That's exactly what I expect to see. Okay, great. So that fixes this update wish list case. Now let's go to the update wish. Oh, hold on. That was an attempt to edit the wish list. Now let's try to edit the wish list item. I'm expecting this is still hackable. Yep. Okay. So similar pattern. When we talk about programming patterns, we're going to replicate the pattern here. To do, UI form is not passing the ZOD details. This check will currently always fail functional testing. Ew, that's bad news. That's bad news bears. I think that's not true though. Yeah, because we totally just updated the name. And then in terms of like the purchaser, like, oh, maybe it's the purchaser part that is failing functional testing. That's okay. I'm not going to deal with that right now. You should add more verbs to your error handling, e.g. updating, deleting, etc. No, I touched on that earlier. I know my audio wasn't working. It's intentionally ambiguous because I don't want to give additional information to the potential hacker. So developer logs, informative, client-facing errors, strategically informative, which is like sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. You don't just always make them informative. UI form, so I'm going to delete that comment too. Okay, so here is the validated input. We're going to do a wish list item before update and wish list item after update. Didn't I disable error lens? Oh, it says reload required. I was like, why is it still doing it? Cool. Is it good to add try catch when updating? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, if there was like a database communication issue, you would need to be careful about what you do because again, the result of this mutation is going to get floated to the client, and I don't want like a database error being rendered for my client. The ZOD error So some of these are already being caught. That's a good point. You do want to catch the Zod validation error. So here, use query, get wishlist ID, use mutation. Yeah, this is already caught inside of this parse thing. Specifically, if we're talking about like a type error. So I can show you, let's see. How could I show this? The easiest thing to do would just be like make number into a, or make name into a number. So here I'm going to change this over to number. This is update wish list. Let's go over here. I'll need to have a wish list I can actually control. So I'll do a new wish list, create wish list, foobar. Now let's edit, and then I'll say, yeah, foobar. So now we can see, here's the Zod error. So that's already caught and floated up to the client. And this is one of the ones that you do want the client to see, because let's say that a field is an email field, and I expect that the user inputs a valid email, and they put a wrong email, or there's a typo or something. That's the kind of error that I want the client to see, so that they get that feedback and they know, okay, I need to fix it. But like a database connection failure, that's the kind of thing I don't want them to see, because that could give a hacker insight if they're doing a DDoS, or if they could potentially scrape out database connection string properties, stuff like that. It's really dangerous. Dev logs informative, client-facing logs strategically informative. Well stated. Thank you very much, Tigerbait. Thank you. Did you go to school for this? No, I did not. I have a PhD in economics, and I'm a self-taught programmer. What are you doing, Charlie asks. Thanks for being here, Charlie. I'm working on Welephant. That's spelled like elephant with a W. It's open source on GitHub. You can check it out here. And that is a white elephant gift exchange wish list and party tool. How do you stop SQL injection? That's a really complicated topic. There's a lot of answers. My go-to answer here is use an ORM. Use prepared statements. Don't handle raw SQL. That's not all there is to it, but that's a really, really good starting point, and that's why I'm using Blitz.js, which is a wrapper around Next.js. Blitzjs.com. It's hard to see that on the cell phone, isn't it? It's blitzjs.com. If you go over to YouTube or Twitch, you can see the screen much better. This is the Next.js toolkit that I'm using. How did you start? I started by making WordPress websites for political clients who needed like a campaign website so they could collect donations, email addresses, volunteer information, get out their blog, get out their media, and made more and more custom websites, and finally I was just like building websites, and then I became a programmer. Does GitHub give free projects such as Welephant? Yes, it does. Where did you get your PhD? From George Mason University. Thanks. So I need to find an ORM that uses Express.js. You don't have to, although you could. So you can use an ORM, a Java ORM, you can use Hibernate, you can use a PHP ORM, you can use Laravel, Rails. You don't even need to be in JavaScript. In JavaScript world, you still don't need to use Express. I'm not using Express, for example. Next.js does not use Express. It integrates with Express middleware, but under the hood, it technically doesn't use Express. So more accurately, you would need if you're working in JavaScript, you would just need the appropriate ORM. So if you're using Node.js for your server, you need a Node.js ORM. But actually, Node.js is not the only JavaScript server runtime, right? There's Dino, which is phenomenal. I'm not aware of a Dino ORM. Actually, I think Dino you could use with NPM modules, and you could still end up getting like SQLite with Dino. I haven't done that, but I bet you could do that. What do you think of Vercel? I think they're awesome. I'm using them right now. See that? Welephant.vercel.app. Hey, thanks for being everyone. Wow, that was my tongue got tied. Thanks for being here, everyone. If you're enjoying the video, please like, subscribe, and share with your neighbors, friends, family. Cool. Let me take a sip of this matcha coffee mixture, and we're back to it. So we did the wish list permission item. I illustrated the Zod error handling, so I'll undo that. So name is back to being a string now. And then here is the wish list item. We did the wish list item permission handling, but I want to do a functional test to validate that. If you were being a good employee, you would write unit tests, but I'm not doing unit tests. If you want to contribute to this open source project, I would welcome unit tests. In lieu of a unit test, I will be doing a functional test here. So still not light up shoes. Let me go to my local host because the code will not be on prod at the moment. So we have 3 wish lists, Jane's things, still not light up shoes. And this is where I should now fail on permission issues. Still not green light up shoes. Okay, so it worked, which means the code did not validate as we expect. So what's wrong with this code? Let's step through it. Let's go line by line. Update wishlist item is taking in the name. Here is the validated input. Okay. Wishlist item before update, I am finding the unique wishlist item by the input ID. This must work because if it's ultimately updated using the same where clause, then we know that we are selecting the correct object. All right. So the point of confusion here is how are we passing line 22? So I'm going to inspect. My suspicion is that my current user is being registered as the wisher now. So let me refresh the page, check the network tab. LinkedIn subscribed. Thank you so much, Chris. Here's get wish list item with wisher. And we can see that the wisher is still John Vanderveer, user ID 7. That's not me. The current logged in user is user ID like 46 or something. So let me try something really simple. Let me try to empty cache and hard reload. Maybe it still had old code. That's kind of wishful thinking. Let me also kill my server and restart my local dev server so that we force hard reload the backend in addition to the front end, which is what we did with Chrome. Okay, so we're reloaded across the stack now. And let's do the same thing. So here we are on the wishlist items /1/edit. This is the wishlist items /ID/edit, and we are using that get wishlist item query. Here's the wishlist item ID. Okay. Oh, this is the getter. Okay, so the getter, that's fine. Actually, in theory, no, I do want anyone to be able to view it. It's not a permission-based view. So people that did not create it can still view it. So here's the update wishlist item mutation. Well, it still looks right to me. Okay, so let's try it again. Still not red light up shoes. Yeah. Okay, so something is wrong and I'm not seeing it. Okay, let's try and be a little bit more careful. Here I'm seeing the user ID purchaser, user ID wisher, wish list ID, get wish list item. So let's use some logs now. How do I get better at writing clean modular code? Update mutation line 28. All right, let's see. So this is the location where the data is being updated. However, I expect this error to be thrown prior. So that's what I'm confused about. Maybe the user ID wisher is the wrong term here. So let's explicitly set the wish list item type. And that can be a wish list item or null. Okay. So the wish list item is going to have user ID wisher. There it is. It's expected right there. Parse int ID. It should already come through as a number. Here, let's test it. So here's foo number. So we showed that that is a number, which is what I expect. Let's also do this one, which should also be a number. Yep, so they're both numbers. Let's drop the type of and get the actual IDs here. Okay. We can see that they're both 7. Oh, did I change to I'm logged in as? Okay. Yeah. Okay, I know the issue. The issue is that I'm sharing my cookie with prod. Yeah, see here on prod, I'm user ID 46, and then here on local, I'm not. So, sorry, the issue is that I'm not sharing my cookie with prod. It's not really an issue, it's like a good thing. The only issue is that I forgot about it. Okay. So everything was working more or less correctly. I'm just dumb. Okay, let me log in as the bad John. Okay, so now I'm the bad John, user ID 46. We're going to Jane's things, still not 8 shoes. Now I'll try to edit, still not 9 shoes, permission error. Okay, cool. You got to fix your monitor, it's so washed out. Yep, yeah, I agree. Literally, do I still have the tab open? Yeah, literally on my other tab, I'm like shopping monitors. I agree with you. Looks like maybe Next.js. Yeah, it's Next.js. So we're using Blitz.js, which is Next.js with some special sauce, basically. Okay, so we now have permissions on the wish list and the wish list item. Let's go ahead and throw permissions on the party. So here's the party update. That'll be party after update. Up here at the top, we'll do party before update. Find unique. Let me reload to get rid of error lanes. Windy. Usually, it's pretty random, but usually on Saturday or Sunday. You never know. You never know when I could go live. Okay, so here we got the before update, and what I need to do is compare the creator, basically. So here is user ID, which is the party creator user ID. I want to do it like this, if not. Because really user ID should be there. I know it's like technically it could be null, but if it's null, that's a problem. I'll go update the other places too. Okay, so if there's no party, basically that's actually like a 404, so that's not even really that's not really a permission error. In theory, that should never be reached, but whatever. It's kind of defensive and safe, so that's fine. Cool. All right, so how do we verify this? Now that I'm the bad John, user ID 46, let me go try and muck with one of the existing parties. Oh, I need to restart my server. Lid stav. Yep, we're using TypeScript. Are you hacking the Playboy Mansion? Negative. Look at that. That's an elephant. You don't you don't want to see those in the Playboy Mansion, do you? Maybe you do. I don't know. That could be fun. Christmas event. Okay, so this is bad user 46. Let's go try and mess up a party. Other party, yeah. Let's edit this one. This is going to be lame party. Bye. Error, permission error. Cool. That's it. Game. No thanks to the GOP at the mansion. That's pretty good. That's a good joke. That joke is approved. Okay. That's it, y'all. Thanks for tuning in. We have now updated permissions. So I guess you can watch me push this up to GitHub, but basically that's it. Thanks for being here. Ooh, build error. Maybe y'all get to see the you're like watching the credits of the movie and there's like another scene, huh? I think that's what's going on. So there's an error on this page. Name string, not assignable to intrinsic attributes. Name label default. Yeah, so the labeled Boolean field no longer has the default attribute. Yep. Okay, so we fixed the prior error, but now we have a new error. Ooh, how do we do a generic array? Bro has 1901 typewriter. Is this Twitter code? Hashmap is the answer. Y'all funny. Thanks for being here. So I could use a custom transformer if I want to, but I'd prefer not to because it's like complicated. I kind of think it's okay to do any array. The T type is better though. If I could say that it's a T. Can I do one of these? Is that gonna work? I don't know. Is that sus or not? I'm gonna blitz blitz build. Why would you avoid using generics? That's not optimal. The point of TypeScript is to avoid using generics. It's just T bracket. The point of TypeScript is not to avoid using generics. I'm going to disagree with that, because then it's basically JavaScript. I'm going to ask you to go study generics a little more. That is just not true. Generic type is not the same as an any type. Those are different things. All right, I don't know. So far, it's not pissed. Compiled successfully. Kind of seems like it's working. All right, let's commit it. Oh, balls. Oh, it still worked, even though I misspelled no verify. That's funny. Can I just do like that? Why is the letter Y optional? That's kind of funny. Generics are great for OOP. Generics are also great for functional. Generics are just great for programming. OOP for TypeScript is outdated. Who is this? Get this person out of the chat. Who is that? Oh, man. L in the chat, y'all. Scramble type failed already. Boo, ouch. Hopefully it's incremental progress. Okay, it's complaining about something different. User ID to gift does not exist on participant. Why did Blitz build pass? I mean, this is fine. I guess we're getting some sort of feedback. It's just kind of slow. Okay. It does, though. It does exist. Why does Vercel CI think that it doesn't exist? It's like CI has outdated types. Let's take a look at my Blitz build command. One thing I could do, I don't know that this is a good idea, but I could just ask it to update the types within the build command, like right here. In CI, I expect that I am using prod types, so maybe I have not migrated prod. So let me check the prod participant table. I might just need to push the schema. Here's user ID to gift. So I do have the column. Yeah, okay, so there's a bunch of migrations that need to be pushed. All data will be lost. Let me do that in a minute if I need to. Blitz, Prisma, let me just straight up migrate. Create a migration, yeah. Okay, so I have not applied the migration to prod. Okay, well, we're gonna drop the prod DB again. Here we go, boom. Insert name for the new migration. What were some of the changes here? Basically, better party and participant. Any tip for someone having a hard time with generics? I don't know. I'd say don't worry about it too much if you don't need it. Is that a tip? They are a marginal benefit. It's not like a huge deal. The way I think about generics are, in the most useful case where I've found them, is the input type to a function. So basically, if you want to say that what you put in is what you get out, that's the main way that I use types or generic types. They're also kind of useful for if you're still using Redux, although you don't need to be using Redux anymore, but basically your store, if you want to type your store or extract a type out of your store, they're useful for that. I would say focus on one use case. That's probably my tip. If you're having trouble with generics, focus on one use case and get that down. And the use case I would suggest you focus on first is so that you don't have to return an any. You can say whatever type came in, that's the same type that's going out. Focus on that use case and grow from there. Let's go build. Let's go build. Oh, another failure. I think we might fix one more of these, and if it still doesn't pass, we'll wrap up the stream anyway. Okay, so it's the same issue in this case. Property, oh, no, it's a different one. User ID to gift does not exist on participant. Okay. So here's user ID. Wait, that's the same one, right? Didn't we just do this? It's right there. I just pushed the DB. Like, I don't think that was necessary, but let's just see. Let's just see if a new one will work now, because I did a Blitz Prisma DB push. What are you making? Is Prisma any good? Are ORMs in again? Yeah, ORMs are totally in. Prisma's great. Prisma, there's some hiccups with Prisma in prod, especially if you're using planet scale. That's kind of sus. So if you're commercial, like, be careful. But for hobby stuff, I think it's great. It's my go-to. I'm making Welephant. It's an open source project right here. It's a party planning tool, a white elephant gift exchange, wish list, and party tool. What language is this? This is TypeScript. Starred, thanks. Very welcome. Thank you for being here. Did we get another build failure? Oh, no, we're still going. We're still hanging in there. We're like Rocky Balboa. Going on a 2-minute build. Oh, green. We got a green light, boy. Check mark. Smash like for the check mark. And we're going to merge this piece of garbage. So that was items link details page. Link. Okay, it's already closed it. All right, cool. 11 minutes ago. Cool. This is the best way to get your code reviewed, right? Cool. All right, y'all. Thanks for being here. That's the end of